Hey guys, this is Anthony Morganti from AnthonyMorganti.com, and this is episode 157 of Photo Critiques. And in this episode, I'm pleased to critique the work of Claude Roy. Claude sent me in some really nice shots. This first one's the Flatiron Building, really distinctive looking building, very interesting. And what I like about this shot is I like the processing. It helps bring out a lot of this little kind of detail in texture of the facade of the building. And we have all this busy stuff down here, but you can see how it's real dark compared to the rest of the shot, which is brighter. And naturally our eyes want to look at the brighter areas. So that's a way you minimize the distractions and maximize the place where you want the viewer to look. And Claude did a great job on this shot. It's really nice, really nicely done. This is a beautiful shot. I could see this on a postcard or on a calendar. Really well done. It's kind of got some odd numbers here. It probably was done with a point and shoot camera, but still, fantastic shot, Claude. Very well done. This is a snowstorm in the woods, and you know, it's good exposure because it looked like it was very bright over here, very dark over here. But I'm wondering if you could work this scene and see if you could get a more compelling shot. This is a great shot. This looks like it was tone mapped, and that means like it's an HDR image. So it's really nice. I like the colors, very warm. We have some cooler colors splattered down here. We have contrasting colors. Very well done. I mean, great detail. Just a cool shot. This is a great shot too. I really like this shot a lot. You could tell it was, you know, at 1/40th of a second there was no wind at all. There's barely a ripple on this water. It's really a nice shot. The only thing I could suggest, I like having the sun right in the middle on this shot because it's balancing the shot with some boats over here and a boat over here. But this stuff over here, I'm wondering if you could try to recompose the shot and still keep the sun in the middle, but try to minimize this a little more, because it's not bad. I mean, it kind of adds a little scale to the shot a little bit more, but I'm wondering if I'd like to see it like with just this part and not this part and see what it looks like. So that comes down to working the scene. Maybe it'll work, maybe it won't. Maybe it'll be better, maybe it won't. So you give it a shot and try it. Very small shot, it's hard to see, but it's very cool. What we did here is the same thing as in the Flatiron Building Claude did. You could see he wants you to look here and at the sky, and that's the bright areas. So the church and the sky are light. Everything else is pretty dark. So our eyes don't drift over here and look at something maybe perhaps ugly over here because we can't really see it. But we have this path that is a leading line, helps lead you through the picture to the brighter church and the brighter sky, and it's a really nice shot. This is a nice shot too. I like it. The light looks like it's coming from over here, and everything's a little bit backlit, so it's kind of a tough exposure to do. We do have this like tree or bush or something coming into the shot over here, and I'm wondering if you could work this scene and eliminate this, because that you just you know, many times I say we need a foreground element in a shot, but the foreground element has to add to the shot. It can't distract from the shot. So this case, this isn't, you know, a beautiful bush or anything like that, at least not this time of year. So we want to eliminate that or minimize it. So I'm wondering if you could work the scene and get rid of this bush. This is a really nice portrait, very well done. Now it looks like it was one light coming from this direction. Now many times I've mentioned in the critiques, if you're photographing men, one light is good. You get these shadows and it shows, like, you know, the wrinkles on a man's skin. Typically for women you don't want that. Now she's a young lady, she doesn't really have wrinkles. She's got nice dimples though, so you're showing off her dimples. But we do have this weird shadow coming over in here. It's very odd, kind of like a triple shadow. As you can see, very dark right under her nostril, then it gets a little lighter, then a little lighter, and her eye socket down here is real dark. So what I would suggest on this shot is if you had a reflector and you put it over here, it doesn't have to be a huge reflector, you know, 36-inch round reflector, and just reflected some of this light back into her face over here. You would still have this side the same exposure and as bright, but this would just be softening up these shadows a little bit, and I think it would really help the shot. It also would help separate her hair a little bit on this side from the background, which I think would help too, because she's wearing a dark blouse and she has dark hair. I do like this effect here. These are maybe Christmas lights hanging back here, and they're probably just tiny little lights, but when you're focusing close and those drop out of focus, you're using a wide open aperture too, they'll just become round, kind of blurs, and it's a real nice effect, and it's a really nice portrait. I like this shot a lot too. This is another one though. We got this kind of bleeding in. I don't think this is anywhere near as obnoxious as the one earlier. But again, if you could work this scene and try to maybe eliminate this. But this one isn't as bad. It's a little more unobtrusive. Let's put it that way. This is a great shot. I really like this shot. And Claude could have easily took this shot without a man in it, without a person in the shot. But I think, and you guys know I harp on it a lot, that a lot of times on these landscape shots, you should have a person in the shot. It helps add some interest to the shot. And I think in this case it did. Having the man here just makes it, I mean, you could think of a story like it's mysterious, it's a a foggy, misty day, and somebody sitting on this park bench looking at the city across this whatever it is, a river, or whatever. Very interesting. It's just a really nice shot, great exposure, nice colors. Again, like I said, if you guys don't be afraid to have people in your landscapes. I'm sure, well, I would suggest if I was at the scene that you take a shot without the man in there, and then take another one with the man in there, and maybe one will talk to you more than the other, so you'll get an idea. Maybe without any person in there to you looks more compelling, but then again, maybe with the person it looks better. So try it both ways and see what you come up with. I think that's the last one. Yep, that's it. Claude, you're a great photographer. Thank you for sharing your work with us. I really do appreciate it, and I really enjoyed the critique, and I hope everyone else did too. I'd like to thank everyone that watches all my videos. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you very much. That's it for now. I'll talk to you guys soon.